Welcome back. You are still watching Morning Live. Now, Orlando Pirates have kept their league ambitions alive with a hard-fought victory over defending champions Mamelodi Sundowns out at the FNB Stadium, a venue which once again had to deal with a large number of people gathered at one time. Now, to talk to us about matters on the field of play, we have joining us this morning News 24 senior sports journalist who also doubles up as a commentator and analyst, and alongside him is the CEO of Stadium Management South Africa, Bertie Grobbelaar, to speak about matters off the field of play. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
So let me start with you. I want to start by talking about matters on the field of play. A crucial victory for Orlando Pirates yesterday to keep their title ambitions alive.
Very much so. Remember that Pirates were trailing the Sundowns by 18 points leading into the game, so it was very important that they actually get a win, and they got to when they did. The key parts now, they need to sustain that particular form that they showed in this game in the remaining 11 games of the league, because it's one thing playing one against the best team in the league, but also now sustaining, because again, winning leagues about sustaining your form. But Pirates came with the perfect game plan. They actually magnificent against Sundowns, especially in the first half. The first 6 minutes was when they effectively won the game, and they dominated the first half, did not allow Sundowns any time on the ball, harried them on the tackle.
Let me just interrupt you there. It seems to be having a bit of a problem with your connection at the moment. We're going to try fix that offline. Perhaps then, Bertie, in the meantime, as we try fix the connection with Kanyisa, I can speak to you, because we've seen that with Stadium Managed South Africa, you've ensured that you adapt to currently what's happening at the moment. We've seen a number of upgrades happening in terms of your offering out at the FNB Stadium, and yesterday was no different. Speak to us about some of the upgrades that you've done, including ensuring that the facility is a perfect place for a family.
Lucy, thank you. And I think to start off with, the biggest aim on improvement for this past fixture was the access control and managing access to the venue following the derby, where we all saw that we had overcapacity. So a great improvement, according to me, was the upgrade to the Wi-Fi. We pushed, we put a lot of emphasis on increasing the bandwidth for the scanning devices to fully functional at the access point, and in conjunction with Telkom, we concluded an agreement and we tested that for the first time. I must say that they had a massive improvement at the scanning points. Then secondly, the decision to move away from the so-called till slip tickets. Without having the exact, we estimate that we, for the derby, had about 20 to 23,000 fake tickets in the precinct and in and around the stadium trying to enter with fake tickets. We had, as far as we know from the reports last night, we had 27 fake tickets with 2 arrests made by SABC. Another massively contributing factor was the deployment of SABC and the public order policing and their change plan and the relocation of these support to the scanning points. So I think last night was, as far as that is concerned, was it perfect? No, but I believe a massive improvement and something to work on for future capacity events.
So then, Bertie, from what I'm understanding, no glitches you experienced yesterday in terms of the new ticketing system that you're using out at the FNB Stadium?
No, I would not say no glitches. We're not 100% there. We had, for example, at the lift lobbies, some scanning issues that had to be tested, or not tested, that had to be rebooted. But as far as I'm concerned, 80% improvement on what we saw with the derby.
And Bertie, if I'm not mistaken, I think just under 60,000 tickets sold for yesterday's encounter. How was the traffic management as well that you experienced yesterday with people coming in and out of the stadium after the game?
I think the fact that we had the precinct cleared within an hour and 15 minutes after the fixture is testimony to the smooth running of the traffic. But again, there was, I always say, if the precinct can handle vehicles for 60,000 spectators, if you've got 90,000 spectators in the precinct with no usage of public transport, we will always have problems with the traffic management and traffic flow. But yesterday was very good with the number of spectators we had in the venue.
And Bertie, perhaps something else you can enlighten us on, moving forward from what you've experienced now versus the Orlando Pirates Kaizer Chiefs derby and the big game we saw yesterday between Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. What are some of the other improvements that you would still like to see being implemented from a stadium management point of view?
Again, Busi, my emphasis and that of the ESSPC and all stakeholders is to improve the way that people arrive, the total experience, stadium experience for spectators. The way you arrive at the venue and the way you gain access to the venue has to be safe and secure. I think inside the venue, the offering we've got and the management of logistics inside the stadium, I'm pretty happy about. But we really need to have a derby where there's no complaints afterwards that it was difficult to gain access to the venue. So that remains our focus. It remains the focus of the Event Safety and Security Planning Committee. And we're already starting today with a debriefing meeting and to start planning for the derby in that respect.
All right, thank you so much, Bertie, for joining us this morning and just giving us an update in terms of that new ticketing system. I think a lot of football lovers will be happy to know that that is under control and being managed, because we know the concerns that came about the last time around with so many people out at the FNB Stadium. And I think the most important thing is that you acted with urgency as Stadium Management South Africa to ensure the safety of football lovers out at the stadium. So thank you so much for that, Bertie.
Thank you, Busi. Have a good day.
That is Bertie Grobbelaar, the CEO of Stadium Management South Africa, just speaking us through in terms of the security measures put in at the FNB Stadium to ensure that there are adequate protection put in place for those that are coming into the stadium. Of course, we know with the Soweto derby, 110,000 people approximately that were out at the venue, a lot more than the tickets that were actually sold for that encounter. And unfortunately, we were unable to get Kanyiso Trako back on the line because we did want to wrap with him in terms of what the victory from Orlando Pirates yesterday means for the title race, with them still having 4 games in hand and trailing Mamelodi Sundowns by 15 points. But that's where we'll leave your sport news for now right here on Morning Live.